Melbourne or any parts of Victoria, and what might your impressions be?
We are not in the position till now to see so much. We came down here and we were in the hotel, we were here, and it was a long journey out of Thailand. And you see and you smell the sports culture.
Eric, Nick Devano here, NCA Newswire. Donny van der Beek coming back this season, obviously quite familiar with working with him. Where do you see him best fitting in? Do you see him playing a bit deeper as one of the two, or can you see him playing a bit further up as maybe more of a 10 this season?
He can do both, and I know that from the past, but his best position, that is his capabilities in the box of the opponent. So playing short behind the striker, he has a really good smell for being in the right position.
Question for Marcus. Just obviously nobody at Manchester United had a good year last year, but how have you got yourself out of the down moments, the difficult times? How have you overcome these challenges to get back to this fresh start?
Yeah, I think it's been a bit unnatural for me to have such a long break in the summer. I think I had just under 4 weeks, so I had a long break physically and mentally as well. So it's an opportunity to refresh and get ready to go again, and it's always the case with a new season, whether you win or lose. So I just use that opportunity to do what I've always done and just refocus.
I was going to say, last summer you obviously had the disruption of the tournament and then the surgery. How much do you think you'll benefit from having a full pre-season? Yeah,
massively. This is my, I think, first year where I've been with the team from the beginning. And to be honest, I already feel a lot better than usually when you go internationals and you come back, midway through the pre-season. So yeah, like I said, it's important for me to get a fresh start, and I've been given that opportunity. So yeah, I feel fresh and feel ready.
Marcus, this coming game is also the first game of Melbourne Victory's pre-season, which means we might see a few of their youngsters, a few of their kids play, a lot of whom will have grown up idolising Man United and even idolising yourself. Is that something that you're aware of when you're playing in these games, that some of these kids grew up, with your poster on their wall?
I think, for a player and me as an individual, it's just about doing your work on the pitch. We've got a lot of things to work on and a lot of messages that we need to follow. So it's about being focused and trying to give the best version of yourself on match day. And whether or not that comes, it's something to build on and improve on. So we're going to use our time as a whole on pre-season to get to the best version of each other individually and as a team. And yeah, if we do that, then we'll be ready to start the season.
Hi, Steph from Channel 10. It was touched on a little bit by Eric, but Marcus, I'm sure you haven't had much downtime yet, but is there anything that you're looking forward to doing when you're in Melbourne or Australia in general?
To be honest, training's been tough, so a lot of our downtime is a lot of rest and recovery. And that's the life that we live, and you learn to enjoy it. There's a bit of banter in the hotel and stuff like that. So everyone's really focused, and when we have time to enjoy ourselves, we will do.
Will you have time to try Tim-Tam?
I don't know yet. It's up to him.
Marcus, just in terms of your form, you obviously generated a lot of positive headlines throughout your career, and maybe the last 12 months is the first negative stuff you've had to deal with. Has that affected your confidence, or how have people around you supported you? Because clearly you have all the ability, it's just bringing it out of yourself, really.
Yeah, I think for me, I always say to myself, it's a lot easier to make mistakes in a team that's winning. So it's like the last game we won against Liverpool, but we made a lot of mistakes. So it gives us, a huge space for improvement. And individually, it's the same thing. If you're making mistakes in a winning team, it's a lot easier to come back and improve. When you're losing, it's difficult because we're all sportsmen. We don't like to lose, so we have to just refocus and try our best to win the next game.
Is it just kind of the whole negativity surrounding the entire club last year sucks everything into it almost?
I mean, it's part of it, but it's not an excuse. you know, it's a big club that we play for, and we're expected to win as we should do. So we just have to work really hard to improve, and you know, next season's the first game of the season's the first opportunity that we have. So we do all this hard work now and try and win as many games as we can in pre-season, and then when it comes to the first game of the season, we're ready to give everything.
Okay, we've got time for 2 more questions. One at the back there.
Flex from United for Eric. James Sancho looked really comfortable against Liverpool, expressing himself on the ball. Is that something that you were expecting from the front line, and him in particular? And we saw him play from the right-hand side as well. Are you looking to see him deployed from there?
I was really happy to see. I think we have a good left side, but I think you see against Liverpool that we always also have a threat over the right side, and it was really good to see it because you want to have weapons, and when you that have only over one side, it's quite predictable. So we want that develop over 2 sides, and of course also in the middle. So we have to come from everywhere.
Did Bailly's performance surprise you, and does that give you a bit of a headache, considering we're linked to more defenders?
Who?
Eric Bailly's performance?
Oh, no, it doesn't give a headache. I'm happy. We need a full squad. There's coming a season with a lot of games. In the middle there's a World Cup. So we need really a full squad with a lot of competition also between the players, so that they get each other sharp, and so we push each other to a higher level.
Last question.
Eric, Australian fans obviously would love to have seen Cristiano Ronaldo play on this tour. Are you able to give us an update on how he's going, and are you hopeful he'll be back at the club and playing this season?
Now we made a statement, and there's nothing changed.
Okay. Thanks very much. Look forward to the game tomorrow.
Well, there we are, the manager's press conference along with Marcus Rashford there in Melbourne. We'll have reaction to that from former Red Sammy McIlroy when we return.